Hello everybody, Mr. Moo here in the cockpit, here in Elite Dangerous, here in Hoyle Estate. We're back on the live build today because, well, some stuff needed taken care of here in the live build and I wanted to test out some things. It's Tuesday. It's still cloudy. I've got a Hank. Hello, Hank. I've got a Yuki. Somewhere. I've got an Alex. I've got rhythm, I've got music, I've got everything. Leandra, hello there, 07 to you, also to Orion, Mad Biker Wolf, and Hair Trigger. Wow, people are actually showing up in anticipation of the show. It's humbling. Terrifying, but humbling. Also a shout out to FH137, and I can't remember if I got to you yesterday, but OutCold247, both, thank you so much for following. Welcome to the crew. Did some stuff in between the shows last night. Orion, Mr. Moo, did you hear about the Enigma expedition problems? No. What's going on? What's happening there with the Enigma expedition? And while you're telling me all about that, let's get going back to Narvert, because I want to equip my usual air-to-ground craft with something maybe a little different. Just a little idea I had for taking care of skimmers. Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Thank you. Hair Trigger, you've been waiting for 15 minutes? Thank you. No, did some stuff, did some passenger missions just to see how bad things were. There's still the VIP missions, which pay decently, but, well, you still run into the problem of the VIP being maybe a little bit of a little less upfront than, than what he originally planned to be. I mean, yeah, he wasn't a illegal passenger in the jurisdiction I picked him up, but... Someone went out to Colonia and UA bombed the megaship they have to go to finish the expedition. That's just... dick move, people. So, yeah, I had that passenger that got scanned and suddenly, couldn't complete the mission, and I got my ship shot up. So, in a thing that's starting to become a habit, well... yeah, you know how that song and dance goes.
Wait, I still function. Wanna bet?
So yeah. Problem solved there. Maybe we can apply that to these folks too. Yep, the special hell, Hair Trigger. The special hell. You know, it still makes me really sad that Ron Glass passed away last year. That just... I can't believe it. Anyway, let's get on approach here to Glidden and switch out to our air-to-ground craft for skimmer hunting. Because I had kind of a funny idea. I had a funny, grinchy kind of idea. But to test it, we gotta go to Heaviside Survey and pick up some hardware first. I hear you would stretch into spaghetti and slam into the star with the power of a nuke. Yep, kinetic energy. As the Navy Railgun Project. I love this. The U.S. Navy's Railgun Project has the motto in Latin, speed kills.
This is an independent star system, Commander. Request docking permission prior to touching down. Access granted. Clear for landing on docking bay 03.
Copy 03. Lights on.
Lights on.
Oop. Damn. Okay, I got too used to the chieftain, apparently. Gear down.
Gear down.
For the safety of all visitors, be considerate of
Oh, wait, I never turned on the correction again. That would do it.
through the main access.
Right, let's get switched out to a better ship. Well, a different ship, a smaller ship. One I'm not going to go crashing into so much stuff with. This is another advantage to those of you who fly with one ship, and you get used to it, and you know all of its little quirks and maneuvers. Diamondback Explorer is a good try for what I was going to do, but no, my air-to-ground ship is actually this one. The Boomerang. Because so far it's always come back. Okay, so we don't need the beam lasers. We're keeping the railguns for the chieftain. We're just gonna dismiss those for now. But no, I had an idea after playing with some of the anti-Thargoid technology yesterday. I had an idea. Leandra, I keep wanting to get other ships, and then I fly my Conda and I think, why would I want to get other ships? And then I don't. You have good focus. You have commitment there. I applaud that. I do not have focus. I have the attention span of a chipmunk on crystal meth. So usually, these ground bases where I find skimmers, usually they have a whole lot of anti-missile systems. They got point defense. Not very much good with rockets. So, I'm still going to keep the rockets just in case of a backup. But my main aim here... Let's reload. My main aim is something a little different. So for that, we got to go to the Wongaritari system to Heaviside Survey. Hair Trigger, as far as I'm concerned, the Python is the only ship in the game. Bear. Gear up.
Retracting landing gear.
Restrict speed until clear of the station perimeter.
Out the door and not so much as scratching the paint. See, that's how I'm supposed to be able to fly. What's my range on this thing these days? 28 light years. That's not bad. You could make... Actually, all things considered, you can make a very decent explorer out of this thing. And Hair Trigger, no, Python is a medium ship. Orion, earlier I found my first capital ship in a CZ and took it out just as instructed in your video. Awesome! Leandra, speaking of those mini Thargoids, took on a Threat 6 version of my Conda last night. 15 at once. Well, you took them on, did you take them out? That's the big question. And if so, congratulations. Oh, the Cobra, gotcha. The Cobra, yes, the Cobra is a small ship. You are correct. So I was going to load up the Hank cam, and then Hank went and decided to be uncooperative. He decided to sleep on the other side of the cockpit seat. Little jerk. Leandra. Killed them all. Took me down to half shields and about 85% hull. Lots of materials to limp it up after. Nice. That's... I have a feeling that having, you know, collector limpets is going to be more of a... more standard than specialized after the next update. Or at least a lot more recommended. Now, do those corrosive clouds, do they dissipate after a little bit of time? Or do your limpets get chewed up by that when they go to collect materials? Limpets are the new meta. Well, they're at least a better multi-tool. A more capable tool for the box. Limpets are not affected by the clouds. Well, then. Let's get the rudder pedals repositioned. I like to slide up a little bit, even with the anti-friction coating on them. Excuse me. Yeah, Velcro. Actually, I'm probably going to use those, even better than Velcro, the 3M command strips. They aren't quite the command hooks. They're like, I think they're, well, 3M, no, Scotch brand fasteners. Those things are top tier when it comes to holding things down. I used to use them on my old cockpit seat. That would hold the stick and throttle in place. I got a couple of Visa pattern monitor mounts. They were a pole mount bracket, so you could just attach them to the arm of the seat, and then you had a platform to mount your stick and throttle. And I used those fasteners, and those things did not come loose. Period. I tried Velcro. I tried the industrial Velcro, and that stuff just wiggled around too much and eventually came loose. But these fasteners, they just hold things down. Yeah, look them up. Like Velcro, you push it down and you're kind of not sure it's locked in. These things snap into place. You can feel them when they attach. Go.
Kilo Yankee Lima. Beware of local gravitational conditions when approaching this facility, Commander. Fly safely.
Gear down.
Permission authorized.
Deploying
Adjust
gear.
heading for approach to pad 03.
Copy 03.
Scan detected.
So now...
Complete. Docking restraints engaged. Welcome, Commander. Enjoy your visit.
Now we're gonna find this new anti-skimmer device that I got to thinking about. Because I was testing anti-Thargoid weaponry the other day, and I realized I was actually ever so slightly hurting myself if I fired these things off too close. so with that in mind... let's try this. Yep, the remote release flak launcher. I think I got these in straight up... yeah, these are in the fixed mounts, okay. Yes, 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 changes to a module. That's why I'm putting in the fire groups now. Flak is supposed to be used against bombers, not by them. Point. Though at the same time, you know, the AC-130 does carry a pair of 40mm Bofors. At least one of the variants does. Gear up.
Retracting landing
Trains
gear.
withdrawn. You'll need depart when ready.
So let's have a look at what these things do.
Clear of the port. Flight control signing off.
On second thought, let's go and rearm first, because I forgot you had to actually stock up on ammo on these things. They don't come preloaded like multi-cannons do. Or cannons. Or plasma cannons. Or railguns. Or flak cannons. No, you actually have to buy the ammo separately.
Request approved. Set down on landing pad 03.
Or other anti-Thargoid multi-cannons. Gear down.
Down and locked.
Scan detected.
100 meters from touchdown. Landing successful. Command system shut down. We are pleased to receive you, Commander.
Right, let's try that again, properly. You're up.
Detach
Gear
confirmed.
up.
Make way for oncoming traffic. You are now beyond the port perimeter. Flight control.
Alright, let's give that another go. You know, I think that'll work. And really, Leandro, what's a bomb but some impact-fused flak? It's just impact fused against the ground. Have some fireworks. Call it a victory celebration. Yep. That is the plan. For a given value of plan. So yeah, I'm not sure if these will be as effective as a straight-up missile strike, but then again, there are a lot of things less effective than a straight-up missile strike to the face. It's kind of an intrinsic value of missiles. Okay, and just in case, I've got an SRV in case I need to go ranging out. How's the war going anyway? We're at 82%. Thaditic Co is at 0. Okay, war's going great. Great job, guys. Let's go home. Leandra, talking about other ships, I did get an Orca in the beta for passenger missions. The buffs to engineering made it do over 600 meters per second in the boost. Nice! I know I was getting my exploration Orca up to around 500. I mean, certainly fast enough to outrun anything that's, you know, interdicting you out in deep space, unless they are very, very keen on wrecking your day. But I am damn sure it can outrun anything it can't outmass. They buffed dirty drives up to 147% multiplier. This gives me a happy. Dirty Drives 3 is bugged in the beta. Because of course it is. Well, okay, I can't be too critical. I mean, beta, it says it right there on the tin. Okay, Clayton Point. 2-star security rating. Or is that size? I forget. Yeah, standard security, size 2 installation, so... So, yeah. You can go higher than that. I watched someone physically go 3,000 into the stations. I'm sorry, what? Yes, and then they immediately went out the other side of the station, trailing a great big tail of fire and vaporized debris. You are no longer a ship at that point. You are a kinetic projectile. You are a guided kinetic dart. I assume that was with the bug. Because otherwise I would love to see a ship finally, you know... I would love to see a ship break 4 digits. Hell, I'd love to see a ship break, you know... Ship and railgun in perfect fusion. Yes, please. Okay. Eat 'em up. The Thaditic Co, and we're in a lawless area, so I'm not too worried about... Let's see here. Set 1-2.
Powering shields.
Warning, you have entered a trespass zone.
This is all lawless, so I don't really care.
Trespass zone cleared.
Okay, so I think I took out the base defenses here. Or at least I took out the power generator. I would love to see some more skimmers around here now.
You have entered a trespass zone.
Well, it took out something. Shields aren't going to hold much longer against that. Set 2-1.
Max engines.
Well, he's...
Under attack. Incoming mission critical message.
Shields are about to go. That's alright.
Shields offline.
That's what chaff and heat sinks are for. Okay, so what happened here? I took out 3 of them in one shot. Alright, I can work with this. Set 1-2.
Reinforcing shields.
System map.
System cartography.
Clayton Point is the only Thaditic co-installation in this system. SLBs, ship-launched bombers, well, I've heard good things about trying to, using mines, dropping mines on a base. Apparently that's pretty hilarious. Yeah, there is nothing else in this system, and for some reason I don't have Planet 1 or 2 scanned. Now let's solve that real quick. Some of the planets were missing, which is odd because I have decent eyesight. I can usually see them. Orion, another Farragut down? You'd think the Empire would pay more than 150 grand pop. The Empire's cheap. That's why they're the Empire. Okay, take 2. Leandra, truth. They'd probably pay a lot more if you could actually destroy it. Listen to Leandra. Truth is being spoken here.
Warning, you have entered a trespass zone.
Yep. Hey, you.
Under attack.
The base guns are a whole lot better at taking out shields. A lot better.
Heat sink deployed. Warning, entered a trespass zone. Trespass zone.
Did the base guns get me? Nope, not yet. I didn't get them either. Orion, I'll stick around for the next time. Just shoot out their guns. There you go. And I realize there are much, much better ways to take out skimmers, but this is the fun way. Okay, looks like the ground installation is still... There we go. Okay, there's a skimmer there. Set 2-1.
Power diverted to engines.
Too bad he can't nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure, apparently. Well, that's what I've heard, but even then... Took him out. There we go. So, remote release flak shells. Very good against skimmers. You know, if I stuck this in a turret... yeah, Leandra, that's only for the remote release flak rounds. Because if you target a thing, and then you fire the flak rounds at it, it will actually tell you when it's in range, and then you can release the trigger and they detonate. It gives you a little manual ranging tool, basically. Oh yeah, no problem. I don't use them that much even against Thargoids because, to be honest, if I use a fighter against the Thargon swarm, that seems to do better. I mean, these things were originally designed to take out Thargon swarms. But I think they do a lot better against ground-based installations. Come to think of it. Yeah, we're gonna play a little bit more with this. We're gonna... Oh, we could have some fun with this. "34th century blunderbuss? More like a smart detonating round, like on a, oh, what was the rifle that the Army was toying with the idea of about the, the early 21st century? It was like for their Future Warrior system or Future War system, but it was a rifle that had a built-in, the XM8. Thank you very much, Mad Biker Wolf. Yeah, it had, what, a built-in 20mm grenade launcher with programmable shells that could go for contact detonation or time delay. So you could have it penetrate like, a quarter-inch of plywood or something, or go through a window, and then it would fire off, after the impact was detected. So basically, in case of trouble, you could just fire a little... Yeah, you could use it in airburst mode, too. And that's what I meant. Like, it would detect... You could fire it through a window, and then you could set, like, a, 0.1 second delay after that, or a 0.01 second delay after that. So it would detect the impact on the glass, and then fly for another millisecond, and then explode in the middle of the room, and you'd have a little... your own little anti-aircraft round, or your own little flak round. Gear down.
Deploying landing modules.
Orion, they buffed Thargon respawn time, so it's almost instantaneous for the swarm to come out. So the flak guns are more useless. Ah, that's too bad. More useless in multi-crew? I don't know, I had an idea on that, actually. And this is what we're going for next after I turn in this mission. Yeah, the scope had a camera that could tie into C2 systems. I remember that. A little bit of repairs, nothing major. 4.8 million, not bad. Current state, war, pending state, none. That's too bad. Urgent kill order for terrorist leaders. Norfolk Gold Brotherhood and Wang Purple Society. Oh, this is new. Interact with the comms array. Find your target's location. That's kind of new. At least I haven't seen something like that. Usually it's just honk the foghorn and pull up your target. But anyway, I've got an idea over at Narford. I mean, proof of concept worked beautifully for these flak guns. Gear up.
Landing gear raised.
And I've always had the idea of being able to turn, well, specifically the Federal gunship. I've always wanted to turn that into the equivalent of, say, an AH-1 Huey Cobra. You know, or a AH-64 Apache, but, you know, basically the concept is turn a Federal gunship into an attack helicopter. Mad Biker Wolf, next time you're in the beta, I'd like to see how the new wing missions work if you could arrange it. Yeah, I'll do my best there. Leandra, great idea for a mission type. SRV chase across a moon with the target in another SRV and it turns into a car shootout. I could go for that. I am a fan of the car wars. Then again, I would love multi-crew SRV where you got the driver and then you got somebody sitting in the turret on top. Though technically, well, in Car Wars terms, that'd be a Cupolo, which was basically a manned gun turret. Unless you had a retractable model or one that was only accessible from the inside of the cabin, you had to stop every few hours and let the gunner out and, you know, stretch their legs, use the bathroom, get a drink. Now here's an idea, and I have no idea how complicated it would be to incorporate. I have no idea if this is even, you know, if this would even be remotely feasible. 1 second. That you would have the choice on multi-crew as to whether you're a hologram or whether you're real. So if you're real, and you decide to go along with an exploration ship, you know, you can do that, and then you get, you know, the benefits and the payout and the exploration stuff, all that. Or if you're a hologram, then you just get to, you know, ride along with a friend. But if you're for real, if you're the real person inside the exploration ship, you could still remotely link up to your ships and use them back in the bubble. And that way you're not tied to the other person, you know, all the time. Yeah, multi-crew in an SRV would be a whole lot of fun.
Successful. Docking restraints engaged.
Okay, here's a ship we haven't used in a while. Astro Train. Which I should really, really pick up a purple paint job for it because, you know, Astro Train. Because right now we've just got some dumbfire missile racks here. Yeah, Leandra, the same. At first I thought multi-crew was going to be real and that you picked up other players at a station or you had some, excuse me, some kind of rendezvous point. Okay, beam laser turrets here. I want to give the gunners something else. So if I went with a quartet of remote release flak, I'm pretty sure that would satisfy any gunners here. Also would work really well against fighters. Actually, quick question. Can we buy them from here? Probably not. Nope. Alright, what do I have for a fighter on board this thing? Couple of Aegis F fighters. Now. DPS is 55. DPS is 44. Alright. Now I've seen these AX multi-cannons actually do work against human crew, or human ships as well. Let's load up a couple of those. And let's go heading off to Wongarateri to re-equip this thing. Gear up. Gear up. Thank you. Okay, I do have modified thrusters on this thing. Now then, let's remember, Federal ships have a great big forehead. Actually, it's closer to a 5-head. Leandra, I love the cockpits in these small-fed ships. They feel really military. They do. My biggest problem with them is that they are positioned so low. Let's get around here. It just feels like the cockpit should be... I don't know, the placement is really weird on it. I would have preferred a more centrally located cockpit, maybe a little bit higher, but that's just me. Again, I tell you what, it looks like the dual, you know, the two-seat cockpit off of the UD-4 Cheyenne from the Alien films. Well, aliens. I loved those dropships in Aliens. Yep, the cockpit reminds me of that, but overall the Asp Explorer reminds me a lot more of the shape of the ship. Let's see here, I need Heaviside Survey. There we go. Matt, the tank was a bit ridiculous in Aliens, not if ground clearance would be useful. Yeah, if there's a great book I've got, the Colonial Marines Tech Manual. And it talks about all the equipment that they had, you know, from the handguns on up to the ship, the Sulaco. Conestoga class, by the way. And it talks about the APC, and that it had a hydraulic. You could raise and lower the suspension. So you could give it a half meter of clearance if you needed. Which is a little bit better. The biggest problem that there was a bunch of anecdotes in the book as well. Just, you know, quote-unquote interviews with personnel that are familiar with the equipment. And the biggest problem somebody said was, whoever designed the gun stowage on that thing needs their head examined. Because we got the new APCs, we decided to do a little mudding, and when we got back we realized that when the gun was in its stowed position down on the back, nobody had equipped splash guards. So the barrel was just clogged with mud. Well, it did mention that certain Marines did carry around non-standard equipment for sidearms. If it works, it works. But they also mentioned that the pulse rifle with the underbarrel grenade launcher had the iMage. The 870 could have been a printed replica. You're not wrong. But no, the underbarrel grenade launcher had a bunch of variations on grenades, including canister rounds. You know, basically turn it into a great big underbarrel shotgun. But, you know, it was hard to select what was next in the mag. Orion, it took a bit, but the FNS Unicorn has been declawed. Don't you mean dehorned? Matt, I fully approved of Hicks' Close Encounters weapon. Yeah. Also includes some other stuff like, would they have a ghillie suit with a, you know, fully thermally insulated with something like a 50-foot cable attached to a heat sink that you could bury underground. And that way you didn't overheat while you were wearing the suit, but it allowed for the user to be cool. They basically set up in a decent sniper position, and that gave you something like, well, with a 50-foot coolant line, you were able to reposition with, you know, anywhere within a 50-foot radius. Which on a ridgeline or something is pretty good. Also, it allowed for snipers to tie into the local sentry guns, and they could use their scopes to, you know, cue in the sentry guns from that deleted scene in Aliens. Gear down.
The gear is down. Locked.
Copy 06. This thing is not fast, but, you know, compared to a fighter, a helicopter isn't very fast either. The thing's got armor, though. Leandra, local gravitational conditions. Is that where CERN ended up? Or Neo-CERN from Thunderbirds or Go. Okay, let's play a little bit here. Actually, what would be better here? Because two of these remote release flak launchers are pretty good on the underside. I'm not sure that the side mounts would be as useful. I mean, I think they can point down, but still. Would a different weapon turret or guided missile launchers be better for a gunner to have here? For those of you that like gunners, what do you think? iMage, Thunderbird-style reskins of ships would be rather charming. True. Trying to think what would work really well for some of those. Mad, totally off topic and unrelated question. It seems we read and watch a lot of the same stuff. Ever read anything by John Ringo? Trying to think, and I cannot think of anything off the top of my head. In fact, I think Johnny Ringo, the first thing I think of is Val Kilmer's enemy in Tombstone. Putting the flak launchers on the underside probably seems a bit better for ground attack. Well, let's look up here. No, I've not. I should, but I haven't. Closest thing I've come to, actually, if you're familiar with John Stakely's Armor, that is a really, really good one. I wish Armor 2 would come out at some point. Back to this, though. What would be better here, you think, for a multi-crew gunner if you're turning this thing into an attack, you know, into like an attack helicopter? Into a... something to fulfill the same role as a helicopter gunship. What would you stick in this thing? In the side medium mounts, would you go with flak launchers? Because a quartet of flak shells would certainly do a number on something. Or would you go with something maybe a little bit better for dealing with any kind of ships in the air? Rockets would be good. Decisions. Seekers, I'm kind of leaning towards that. Let the gunner have seeker missiles, and then I've got turreted beam lasers above and below, That would deal with shields, and then seeker missiles might work a little bit better here. Too bad EMP devices don't affect skimmers and turrets. Yeah, that would be nice, but unfortunately. Ringo did an interesting 3-book series in the Flak mercenary universe. He explained how Earth made first contact. A bit tongue-in-cheek, but not pure comedy. Hard to explain. I think you'd like it. I think I would. Damn it. Well, something else to go on the reading list now. Okay, let's restock everything. Alright, how bad is the power setup here? 107%, not great. Okay, turn off the planetary vehicle hangar when I'm in flight. Turn off the cargo hatch, so that gets me there. I don't entirely like turning off the FSD. But give it time to recharge, I guess, and we work with it. So, while we're here, any fun missions to take out more skimmers? Let's find out. From Orion, FNS Unicorn hull integrity, 50%. I don't know if anyone else has ever stayed around until 0 to see what happened, so I thought I'd inform everyone. For science. I'm pretty sure somebody has. I mean, yeah, guaranteed. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Leandra, nothing happens. It just sits there. I wasn't impressed. Hacks! Dirty, dirty hacks. Put down the harangue gold pirates. Really? Take out 12 pirates. Requires SRV, some counterinsurgency work. Disable settlement power grid. Well now. So if you pirate a pirate, does that make you a pirate? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay, disable settlement power grid in HIP 6943. Easy enough. Disable fuel depot power grid. Cracked industrial firmware. Disable the emplacement power grid. Microwave cooling hoses, also some money. That's in the Bologna system. Disable emplacement power grid. Barth Enterprise, same thing. And more power grids. Okay. So we are now in the ground attack business. It's cool seeing these surface missions. I never do them. They seem like a lot of hassle. Some of them are just, let's drop a whole lot of ordnance on the base and go home. Which, yeah, I'm going with that version of things. Anything that says disable power grid, gear up.
Landing gear raised.
Anything that says disable the power grid, you're just going in to drop a whole lot of ordnance on something. Turret weapon mode is currently set to forward fire. I lose some defense potential from that because I'm not going to have my turrets firing on, you know, ground targets and air targets around me. But, you know, that's the trade-off I pick for going with the turreted flak launchers. And there we go, high security. So, we may get shot down here, we'll see. Leandra, the only thing I did was scanning those data points to get modified embedded firmware. I still have the flashbacks about that. Oh yeah, this is a different kind of animal here. So, fire groups. Let's set our fire groups up properly here. Okay, that looks good. So I want the flak launchers on my primary trigger. That way, you know, just a little bit easier to fire and release instead of holding down the thumb button while I'm doing some maneuvering. Now, taking out power grids, this may actually be a better job for missiles. I'm not sure. But we'll see what happens here and see how shot up I get. But at this point, I would love to have a gunner on board who'd be able to just, you know, rain fire from the sky while I was running a racetrack kind of maneuver overhead. Racetrack course. And then I'd have my... can you target individual nodes? No, you can't. At least you can't from the air. But it's easy enough to spot the power grid. No, you can't target individual ground targets from the air. You need an SRV. But, like I say, it's easy enough to spot where the incoming fire is coming from and throw some return to sender fire at them. Now, do I have my modules set up here for... Okay, I do not have any thermal resists on the shields. That's too bad. That's silly, you can with ships, yeah. There's no, I mean, there's no individual nodes really, it's just the various... Each one counts as a separate target rather than a subsystem to the base. But, like I say, easy enough to find and shoot at because the power generator is always the big, long, white cylindrical object with kind of, you know, bluish electrical effects on the inside if you get that close. Easy enough to spot. I'll show you when we get down here. Pickle is hot. Cassie is out the door. We've got a Cobra 3 System Defense Force. I'm sure I have. So we are looking for... Lights on. Lights on.
Lights on.
Looks like that, actually. No, wait. That's the power generator. Recall the fighter.
I'm taking damage, Commander. Request assistance. Yes, Commander. Docking fighter immediately. Taking sustained fire. Hull down to 50%,
Door
Commander.
opening.
Well, that was
Fighter
interesting.
destroyed, Commander. We didn't stand a chance out there.
Because those rounds immediately went flying off into the great beyond. Let's see here. That's one of them. I still got another one, it looks like. Yep, still got another one to deal with there. Leandra, that voice, I specifically chose a different one because when I shot my SLF to heal, she was like, if you got a problem with me, just say so. You know, Matt, it did look like I took damage from my own rounds, so we're gonna do something a little bit different on this approach. We're gonna, I mean, I know, excuse me. I know where to aim now. So we're going to try raining that down from a little bit further off. We aren't even going to bother with the fighter at the moment. Set 1-2.
Divert cover to shields.
So we're 2 clicks up right here. Let's see what happens. Well, that was off. Oh, look at that. Okay, so these rounds can be targeted. These rounds can be targeted by AA fire, or by point defense. Interesting. Set 2-1.
All power to engines.
Their point defense was taking out the flak rounds. I was not expecting that. Well, that would explain why I have to reload the flak launcher. It's actually counting as a missile launcher. Matt, I think dumb missiles are the way to go. Possibly. I mean, I'm not 100% arguing with you on that, but... we'll see. Alright. I don't need Wangariteri yet. I need the Renpatani system. At least this time around I was a little bit better because I actually didn't shoot myself in the face with missiles. Rails. Snipe from a distance. You know. That's not a bad idea either, especially for disabling the power plant. For dealing with, skimmers, rails are a little less practical. Though at the same time would also be hilarious, to be honest. Just, one ferrokinetic slug going straight through a... Oh, that would be hilarious. So the shot would go straight through the skimmer and impact the ground, so all you'd see is this great big eruption of surface dust, and then maybe a little poof of a skimmer exploding in the background. Or maybe I just got to go all out and go quad, go quad flak guns. The plus symbols, I believe, means the size of the installation. Not the security level, just the size. I will double check on that, though. Yeah, Diamond's Folly. It's low security, but it's 3 pluses, so I assume it's actually a big place. We will see in just a few moments. Be cool to see pack hounds used on a base. The problem with pack hounds is you can only shoot at something you've got a lock on. And since you can't lock onto anything from the sky on a ground installation, pack hounds are useless. I like the idea of pack hounds, I just hate the execution on them. Yeah, a little bit of Macross salvo action going on. What's it? The Tano Circus. The official name. Okay, guns are hot. Set 2. Set 1-2. Alright, System Defense Force is a Python. Dangerous level Python. We're in a lawless region. Any advice on an Imperial Courier? Well, that's one of the power generators, I think. Actually, it looks like it may be both of them? That can't be right. Yes. Warning, trespass zone. That's not the generator. It can't be. Attack my target.
Eliminate the threat.
Order confirmed. Engaging target.
Or, die. That's different.
Fighter is down. Stay focused. Still
3 clicks out, so let's just...
Fighter deployed. Awaiting your orders.
Where is the damn generator at? That ain't it. That ain't it.
Shield offline.
Damn it. Set 2-1.
Powering engines.
Fit a Type 10 with missile launchers and just carpet bomb the place.
I'm taking damage, Commander. Request assistance.
Yeah, we're doing that. We're going back to heavy side. We'll get paid.
Online.
Let's get paid and rethink this plan.
I'm taking a lot of fire, Commander. Hull down to 50%. We lost the fighter. It took too much damage, sir.
So Orion, any advice on the Imperial Courier I'm going to get? Well, you can fit a railgun under the centerline medium, and it's actually a pretty good training for rails because there's, no off-center or, off-kilter kind of alignment you have to worry about. Other than that, really, just, it's 3 medium hardpoints. Go with what you feel is best. You can put decent shields on a courier. The hull is always going to be weak. So much weak.
Identifying.
Go away. Leandra, I like the way you think. Though if I'm going to carpet bomb the base, I think I'm going to need a little bit more maneuverability just so I can swing my nose around at targets. So a quartet of medium dumbfire missile launchers ought to do the trick. Ought to, he says. Also, not a fan of how much damage I was taking there on the hull. I'll have to look over this thing, see if I've stuck any armor plating on it. Because if I haven't, well, that was rather silly of me, wasn't it? Got a couple of module reinforcement packages. I think I could probably just do with one and then load the other one up with hull reinforcement. Air trigger, just do it in one pass? Yeah, that's... Again, the remote release is good. Orion, just don't get hit, lol. There's truth to what you say. I want to like the remote flak launchers, but again, this one just wasn't pulling it off. Well, no, I have done it in one pass before, but usually that was with a whole lot of missile launchers, where I just saw the nose back and forth using my rudder, and then I would, just carpet bomb the place like Leandra suggested. Of course, that was back when dumbfire missile launchers had a hell of a firing rate on them. You could put 5 missile launchers on the Corvette and use the big guns to deal with any ships around. Yeah, but nobody'd be able to miss me. You could throw anything up in the air and hit the thing. I was hoping for something a little bit more lightweight, something Something affordable for folks. I mean, yes, he says as he pilots this federal gunship. But no, I'd like to be able to show off something that, you know, anybody can do. Now, Viper 4 is good for that. They have enough shields, it wouldn't matter if they hit you. There's... You keep bringing up these really good points, but I'm looking for the affordable ground attack aircraft. This is about as expensive as I want to get. A Keelback budget bomber. And yeah, hair trigger, I want to make a budget bomber. Mad, don't make me... The sad thing is, I can see where you're coming from, especially having a fighter to help out. It just makes me sad. Honestly, the Viper 4 is about the best thing I can think of.
Core dynamics Kilo, Yankee Lima. Be aware of local gravitational conditions when approaching this facility, Commander. Fly safely. Access granted. Adjust heading.
Gear down.
Approach to pad
Deploying
07.
landing.
Oh, I do have enough cash to create it just for kicks. Yeah, I would... Yeah. An Asp Explorer with 6 missile launchers is actually very good. I have tried that, and it works very well. What, to make it... Mad, you dare me to make a Keelback bomber?
Docking restrictions engaged. We are pleased to receive you, Commander.
Alright. Alright, let's see what we can do here. First off, let's get paid for this one. That, and I'm gonna have to load up a few extra modules here. Do it in a hauler. Right. Sell. No, hair trigger, I will... That's not the point, Matt. He hates the Keelback so much, he's afraid of finding out it might be useful for something. Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm in no danger of finding a potential use for it. No, I am in no danger of finding use for a Keelback. Now, I like this idea, do it in a hauler. That... That's an idea with some teeth in it. A quick question from Orion. Which one was better for lasers, burst or pulse? I keep getting confused. Pulse is the most efficient. Burst has the highest armor piercing. So if you're trying to keep power draw down and keep up a good constant stream of fire, go for pulse lasers. If you want to try to punch through a little bit more, if they've got high armor, then go with bursts, I think. Because that's the way I've always heard it. Actually, we got burst lasers right here in a size, in a gimbal. So the damage per second on a burst is 6.4 with 0.24 megawatt draw. The pulse laser, okay, it's turrets, fine. Let's do turret comparison here. 4.2 DPS with a 0.14 draw. And this is 4 with a, or no. Yeah, 4 damage per second with a 0.19 draw. 4 DPS, 0.19 draw. Versus 4.2 DPS with a 0.14 draw. Really, they're close enough that kind of go with what feels better, experiment around a little bit, but I like burst lasers. I just know that there is a use for the pulses. This only has Seeker, size 2 Seekers. Well, that's just unflippin' fortunate, ain't it? Oh, the draws for each shot from the burst, so it's actually triple that. Thank you, Leandra. Alright. Good news to hear there. Let's... Where am I going to find... Come on, loadity load. Where am I going to find size 2 missile racks? Dumbfire. Two Bs around the Narvert system. Oh, Glidden Enterprise sells them. Perfect. Now, before we forget, let's turn in for these missions here. No commodities market. Alright. Well, just turn in these... Just turn these things in here at Narvert. Our ill-gotten gains. 2 Bs or not 2 Bs? That is the question. What a silly question. Gear up.
Retracting landing.
'Tis better to rain hellfire upon thine enemies from above than wait for a lock. Alright, rolled around here. Okay, so today on Stupid Starship Tricks, we are building a bomber keelback and attempting to snipe power plants in a hauler. Yeah, this seems good. Then again, the other day, I did make 1,000,000 credits in a hauler armed with nothing but a mining laser, and that was with bounty hunting. beautiful approach. Good to see missiles getting some use. They're a bit redundant in PvE space combat. Yeah, before they got nerfed, they were actually my weapon of choice for assassination missions. Because you could just... They actually rip down shields, too. And you could just load up, say, a Cobra with dumbfire missiles, and it would fire off a massive salvo very quickly.
Conflict established. Please approach the station at a safe speed and give way to larger vessels, Commander. Request approved. Prep for arrival on landing pad 20.
You could empty the whole mag. I mean, they were more like dumbfire rockets than, you know, you'd see like a rocket pod on an attack aircraft. I was trying to say attack airplane and attack helicopter at the same time, and the words just kind of piled up. Gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, they suffer now from the same issue cannons do. You expect them to do way more damage than they actually pull off. I mean, missiles are still good for scouring, you know, scouring external hull components, but...
Touchdown confirmed.
Yeah.
Dispatching ground crew.
Okay, let's go be stupid. Let's see. There we go. Hair trigger unsubscribe. Okay, hard points. We want... Honestly, we just want to rain fire from above. I want my bits back. Don't worry, Hair Trigger. We'll get to something, you know, less stupid. Who am I kidding? No, we aren't. Might be a good idea to leave your pilot at home for this one. Oh yeah, yeah, Cassie is sitting this one out. Actually, I forget because I never, well, I never actually bothered to look. Can you stick a rapid fire mod on missile racks? Kind of bring them back to their old glory. Well, it's more power.
Shield offline.
Yes you can?
Shield
Alright.
online.
Can't change the thrusters at all. Oh, lovely. We are flying a great big and appalling pile of crap is what we're flying. Hey, we can max out the power distributor though, so... Yay! Utility mounts. Well, we're going to want a whole lot of, They don't actually have any point defense here either. Son of a motherless goat. I have a feeling you're going to have to change the name of the ship to the EAS Suicide Bomber. Fill the cargo with explosives and we can call it a party. Question mark? Actually, here is a question. Browse shop. Rail. I wish I could see individual damage. Oh, right. I should probably try to put better shields on this thing because... Oh, this thing is just an appalling pile of garbage. Well, that just won't do. It's going to have to do for now. Yeah, I'm going to need to find a better station here. Tell you what, if you can... Chat, I'm going to give you a task here. This is some audience participation stuff. You find me a station that carries Class 5 shield generators, along with Class 4 power plant and thrusters, near here, while I go out in the Mauler hauler and see if I can't snipe. And then we'll fly back and see what we got here. We're doing some audience participation here, chat. Actually, I also need to load up, delete track. My bad. Yeah, funny thing, my hauler doesn't actually have any cargo bays. Funny how that works. We better outfit this thing. Just one more thing here on the core. Oh, I've got reactive surface composites. Okay. I don't think reactive is going to work here. We're going to want military. Well, then again, with the ground fire, they do throw up missiles, so... Alright. Alright, let's go be idiots. Gear up.
Gear up.
Lights on.
Lights on.
All clear. Have a safe trip, Commander.
Yeah, looking in Nara or in EDDB, but I am looking for 4A power plant, 4A thrusters, and a 5A shield generator. I want a lot of power just in case my plant takes a hit.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
And I want a lot of thrusters because, well, obviously I don't want to be in that thing any longer than I have to be, so you know, that's how that works. And maybe a 4A jump drive if you can swing it, but that's not necessary. Yuki, I'm about to do a very dumb thing. She has turned into a circle of cat. She cares not. Alright, now we got the Mauler hauler out here. Duffy Orbital Eker System. Alright. Well, we will see what this does and then go from there. Again, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. That, or I can't believe I'm doing this without asking for more subscriptions. Oh, God, what a mess. Oh well, rebuy's cheap on it. What, 120 grand? And I got 992 million to play with, so... Well, we've only got 1,000 rebuys on this thing. The hauler took out an Anaconda. It's the little ship that could. Yeah, it's the little pilot that actually did some threat assessment, though. Master arm is set to on. Set 1-2.
Power to shields.
Actually, scratch that. The shields aren't going to do a thing. Set 3-2.
Power diverted to weapons.
Okay, we got an Asp Scout and an Asp Explorer. One of them's mostly harmless. So really, we just got to find the generator, and I think I've actually got a bead on the thing right here. Unless that's the gates, but I think that's the generator. Let's pull the trigger and find out. Nope, that is not the generator. Where in the hell is it? Is that it? Nope. What's that guy doing? I don't know. It's not triggering any security, though, so don't worry about it. Okay, so we got 3 ships around this base, and it's low security. Oh, somebody needs to tell these people what the definition of security is. Lights on?
Lights on.
Oh. Lights on?
Lights on.
Frameshift charge detected.
Are you it? No, you're not. Great, so I'm gonna click straight up, but I can't see where the generator is. Yes, I have. I'm just gonna be here until I find the damn thing I need to blow up. Yep, scouting. Now, either I am blind, which is entirely possible. That's what I'm going to see somebody about, but... Does anybody see anything that looks like a power plant around here? Maybe he uses geothermal and wants to screw with you. Well, it wouldn't be the first time. That's not it right there. So apparently we're just going to be doing loops around this place until we find where the hell we're supposed to be shooting at.
Warning, you have entered a trespass zone.
If it's under there...
Trespass zone cleared.
Well, the good news is, in case of trouble, we just hit the boosters and we are gone. So now you guys got me sold on the idea of rail sniping this place. There was a pad of 2 tank-like things. I saw that. That didn't look like it, because central generator usually looks a little... That's not it. That's a data point. That's a data point. That's not it. That's not the generator. The green light was a different... the green light, Mad, that was a different kind of data beacon. I'm familiar with this... Well, I'm familiar with the data points on this base, just not the... It's not the power generator. I haven't had to go in and bomb one of these things before. That ain't it. Must be in the central area here. Maybe, possibly.
Shield offline.
Trespass zone cleared.
Well, now I've got the scout after me. Set 1-3.
Reinforcing shields.
Well, apparently it was valuable, whatever it was.
Warning, you have entered a trespass zone. Under attack.
Shield online. Shield offline.
Compromised. Hull integrity critical.
Now, wherever it is, I can't see it.
Eject. 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 Eject.
Ask him, maybe he knows. So it doesn't look like railgun sniping is very fun. Huh, only 82 grand. I'll take it.
All systems prepared.
Really, though, the problem comes in with a Keelback, in that I could do the same thing with a Cobra, with, you know, a Cobra 3, a Viper 3, or a Viper 4. I mean, it's got 2 small and 2 medium hardpoints. Not exactly hard to find. Oh yeah, the Diamondback Scout. Alright, let's try... So I will go to Duffy Orbital. Eker system, 34 light years away. Ugh. Actually, let's have a quick look here at the Keelback and see what the jump range is. 8.5. Well, 10.4 unladen. Let's see how far. Let's see how many jumps I'd have to take to get there. Because if it's too many jumps, then I'm just going to load up anything else that has that, you know, bone standard hardpoint layout. Oh, yeah, this is fine. 8 jumps just to outfit a Keelback? Yeah. So, let's go with a Keelback-ish kind of ship. No, that was, well, okay, let's turn off the filters here. Yeah, still those 8 jumps. The filters I had set up were actually nothing. Yeah, that's why, you know, you can't just look at jump range versus distance. You have to, that's why if I had a ship with a, you know, 15 light year jump range, maybe the dropship would work too. You fit 5 missile launchers on it, and you're definitely dropping stuff. That's true. That is very true. Let's just see what we can pull off with the boomerang here. Once went 5,000 light years with an 18 light year Cobra. Ah, you are a dedicated pilot. Athador, pull up a seat. Welcome to the show. Not too much going on, just tried to snipe a facility power plant with a hauler and a railgun. That went about like you'd expect. Eight jumps isn't the end of the world. No, but it's not the most entertaining thing for, you know. It's 8 jumps to go out and, you know, outfit a Keelback. Now, if I was going to outfit something exciting, gear up.
Landing gear up.
Yeah, tell me about it. The battle hauler's starting to get out of hand. It's good training. I just wish I could have found the facility power plant. But that's what this is for. Burst effect finds things much more easily. Ah, who's there? Afternoon.
Speed restrictions are now lifted. Flight control out.
Salty, 601, afternoon. How are you doing? The all-white name over the all-white background is making it very hard to spot. Just so you know, but we'll do our best around here. Right, I'm going to be eliminating that from my potential chat colors. Alright, now let's do proper salty as silent running. Clever, I like it. Anyway, let's go with a little bit more, shall we say, orthodox. Orthodox facility hunting equipment. Power supply, thank you, Mad. Gotta, let's see, right there. Okay, so it's one white circle with a couple of vertical pillars next to it, or vertical, well, I don't know, a couple of servers stuck up next to it. So apparently I did shoot that with the railgun. It just didn't do much to it. Well, that's fine. We'll go with something that has a little bit more bang for our buck when it comes to breaking delicate equipment. I mean, it would make sense that a railgun shot would pretty much wreck a generator when you shot it, but no. No, that does not, in fact, appear to be the case. A Type 10 faceplant would probably break the generator. Yeah, you just landed on the base and you just watch it sink into the ground. Should be near the gate. Alright. Well, the nice thing is with this that I don't have to be too terribly spot on. Alicors, good evening! Hope you're enjoying your day. Hope you enjoyed your day. Just a rough landing and poof, bye-bye generator. It's true. Master Armand. Deploy hard points.
Deploying armaments.
You know, I thought I had that set up properly, and apparently not. Set 1-2.
Power diverted to shields.
Should be by the gate. You know, I'm getting real tired of that leaf blower in my ear outside. I still can't see it, so we're gonna go with Plan B. They are getting really good at shooting down missiles.
Under attack.
Well, something broke.
Shields offline.
Warning. Impulse attack. Trajectory disruption.
Seriously, where in the hell is the damn generator? Like the plan. Shoot everything that looks vaguely generator-ish. Doesn't seem to be doing much for me at the moment, but... Set 1-2.
All power to shields.
Also, their anti-air stuff is good.
Shield offline.
Yeah, apparently this base is geothermal and they're just screwing with me. I've got 9 rounds left,
Online.
and I can't find jack nor shit. That's not it.
Shield offline.
Is it in here? Hello, missile on... no, it's not in here. Gear down.
Down and
Gear up.
locked. Retracting landing modules.
Alright, let's fix up and get rearmed. Yeah, there's a place just not too far off. Set 2-1.
Power to engines.
So, new plan. We're going to get very, very low and find it. Vox, why use the SRV as a scanner when I can use the ship as a scanner? And no, Vox, this wasn't using the SRV as this mission was specifically take out the facility power source. And blowing it up counts as taking it out. I have never had this much trouble detonating a generator before. No, you can't. No, when I say scan, I mean visually, because yeah, I've these missions have always been just blow it up. I mean, it worked earlier. I was using flak launchers. Alcors, try a railgun. I tried the railgun. Didn't work. It took forever to find the damn thing. Diamond's Folly. Dislocate and disable emplacement power grid. So what am I missing? Try the Type 10. Again, you know, people have suggested that if you land a Type 10 on it, you're gonna have no...
Identifying threat.
Look, buddy, I am not interested right now. Whatever you're selling, I don't want it. Go door to door somewhere else. Unless you're selling Girl Scout cookies, I want nothing. So the good news is you can get really, really close to the surface and actually, you know, zip around in some tight places in a Viper 4. Which may actually make things more more useful, because if I'm down in the ground clutter, if I'm down in the weeds, they can't use their anti-air stuff much better. Want to buy some death sticks? No, you don't want to sell me any death sticks. Oh, jeez. Athador. Talking to dispatch and I get interdicted while I'm holding position. Jaybird, hello there! Salty, Space Jehovah's Witnesses. You want to go home and rethink your life. You're down.
Lowering landing gear.
I like it, the holographic skulls. It really adds a certain je ne sais quoi to the outpost here. Matt, according to the net, there may be more than one generator. Suggest standing off and using your camera to search. Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Well, now that's an idea. Of course, I'd have to remap my camera controls because... well, that's not bad. Actually, I don't run into camera troubles if I'm on the ground. Okay. Alright. Mad, that was, that's brilliant. I like that. So we're going to go back, we're going to land just outside the base security perimeter, and we're going to use our camera drone to do some recon. Isn't that brilliant, Yuki? She has blinked at me. That tells me that it is indeed a brilliant plan. Never even considered using the camera as a spy drone. Alcors, anyway, short stay, have a date with Netflix, enjoy the show. Stay safe, well, no promises. Enjoy Netflix, have a good evening. Alright, are we coming in too fast? Most likely. No, we're good, we're good. You know, I got a whole lot of comments on my taking out skimmers video. This is similar. If you're still on later, I shall join once more. Alright. Fair. Not sure I will be, but we'll try. I wonder if they remember me. Well, nobody's aggroed on me yet, so maybe? Gear down.
Deploying landing module.
Trespass zone. Trespass zone cleared.
Jaybird, what peripherals am I using? I'm using a set of CH Pro pedals and a Thrustmaster Warthog. Oh, and a Track IR5. Don't think I'm going to have the range on the camera, but I may be able to approach closer with the SRV, yeah. Short story, I once played on an RP DayZ server and hung out with some guy all day, and we drove along, we started talking about Star Wars, and as a joke I said I like Jar Jar. He stopped the car, slowly walked around on my side of the car, and blew me away with a shotgun. Well, Orion, that, really, you gotta expect that sort of thing. Because I've seen this base before. I've seen this layout before. This is what you go to when you need, I think it was cracked industrial firmware, or the modified embedded, or whatever the hell it was you needed for grade 5 overcharged multi-cannons. Or very similar to. So this is where I flew the Viper in earlier. Yeah, this is the type of base you have. You and me both. Hate this one. Okay, no generator there. Fuel depot power grid. It's the orange-backed buildings. In this case. We're looking for the weapon emplacement power grid. Well, of course. Question 4, I disappear for all you Doom fans. Ah, alright. If you go to Mars in the Sol system, is the UAC present like an Easter egg? No, it's not. At least not as far as I can tell. Hub access terminal, active. No, don't want that. That's a defense turret. So the fuel depot power grid looked a little different. No, not a Doom fan. It's just that I know that if you go to Mars, you don't see any UAC bases or anything UAC related. Out of crazy curiosity. Mountain goat mode, activate. Mountain goat mode, fail. Another defense turret. Sentry skimmer. Mountain goat mode, reactivate. That's the settlement power grid. Well, that's what was shooting me down earlier. Fuel depot power grid. A lot of sentry skimmers. Well, there's a bit of clipping for you. That's a data point, that's not the generator. But it's emplacement terminal access. Well, let's go have a look. I mean, I'm probably going to get shot up here. Oh, wait. Public? Right button for the scanner. Use the right button for the scanner. And that was public. Son of a bitch! Well, that's just a whole bunch of grumbles there, because that is actually the first time I have ever had to access a terminal to shut something down. Everything has always been blow it up. Yeah, who was right about having to scan something, because I owe an apology. Also, where in the hell did my ship go? Yeah, turning off the emplacements was actually a question of accessing a public site, a public terminal. Why are you landing there? Why are you landing there?
I'm here.
Get clear before everybody and their mother shoots you down. And the winner is Vox Tubersum. Yeah, so, yeah. Okay, ship, come back here, please. That's better. Did you ever set up the soon command? No, I did not. I did, however... Let's see here. See if this works. Yuki Cam.
I'm here.
Kobo, it's uptime, I believe. Yes, the Yuki Cam. Because when you don't have a Hank because he's too lazy. She is a little snowstorm. Which is why we named her Yuki.
Warning. You've entered a trespass zone.
No, she doesn't eat rats. Got a bit of a scratch on her nose because Hank. Gear up.
Gear up.
Trespass zone cleared.
Wait a minute, do I have to take out more of these? Yep, gotta take out another one here. Oh wait, that's take out the fuel depot power grid. Well, that one we can do right now. So the fuel depot power grid was on that raised platform. That one I remember.
Warning. You have entered a trespass zone.
The fuel depot power grid was somewhere around here, I thought. Lights on? Lights on.
Lights on.
Set 1-2.
Transferring power to shields.
Incoming mission critical message.
Set 2-1.
Transferring power to engine.
Well, that one was easy enough. That's what I'd been looking for earlier. That is hilarious he didn't hit that generator either. I know! Apparently, I was firing everywhere but. I did it the nice, peaceful way. Now eat missiles. It's okay, I saw it move. Well, thank you for believing me. All right, small base, ways off. Get all that fur out of the way of the camera. Yuki actually managed to snow on the camera right there. So if anybody wants to test this theory... Wait, no, you can't. Never mind. Damn it. Somebody had the theory that they would be able to go out and make it all the way to Colonia on one tank of gas if they flew eco mode and flew a lot of auxiliary fuel tanks. And I'm still really curious on whether or not that's possible. Bawana is attempting that? Alright. Already on it. Well, glad to know somebody's trying it. $173 jumps out last I checked. From Colonia? Nice. What was the ship setup? Running a condo with a lot of fuel, or... No, Vox, he's 173 jumps from out from Sidewinder. Damn. Okay, that is... Damn, I would have thought, you know, oh, you're going to have to do it out in a, you know, in a clipper or in a Conda, something that you just load up to the gills and beyond with fuel tanks. Alicords, this is why I love this stream. 44 light second journey and just engage with chat. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, I like engaging with chat. Sometimes that means building really stupid ships. By the way, railgun haulers are not the way you really want to take out a facility power grid, just so you know. So we learned that today, and, you know, knowing is half the battle. Overwhelming firepower is the other half. Alicors, what about a railgun keelback? What about a railgun keelback? You want too small? You want too small, too medium hard points on something that runs a Class 3A power distributor and Class 4 power generator. You'd be better off loading... Honestly, you'd be better off with loading... Yes, I did forget the size. Believe me, a keelback, anytime I say... Just assume I'm putting keelback onto it or, you know, something. But really, that's the... In all seriousness, that is the problem I have with a keelback. The only thing you are getting with that is the fighter bay. Otherwise, there are ships that can do it better in just about every role. I mean... And since it doesn't have the multi-crew seat yet, it is absolutely useless. And it's been absolutely useless. I mean, you can get better transport capability and speed out of a Type 6. You can get better, you know, better multi-role, either run away or carry stuff or whatever. You could strip out a Cobra 3 and get damn near makes no difference the same abilities. Especially if you're picking up the keelback or the fighter bay. Yeah. Exactly, Leandra. The problem with the fighter is you don't dare put a good pilot in the fighter. I bought one. I bought one at the door, and then I realized it was going to take forever and a day to outfit it, so... yeah, let's make this a thing. Hashtag Keelback. But no, it's... in all seriousness. Now, it may get... in fact, it probably will get a whole hell of a lot better when you can put a multi-crew seat in. That's in the beta right now. But yeah, when they get an actual multi-crew seat in it, that'll be game-changing for the Keelback. I don't know if it'll be game-changing for the game, but at least then you will have... yes, I'll throw that in along with soon. After the stream today, I will throw that in along with soon. But yeah, you don't dare risk your AI pilot in the Keelback because more likely than not, you're just going to get blown up. Just a link to a YouTube video lasting 2 minutes of you just sighing. Don't tempt me. Leandro, let's face it, you feel like you won the booby prize if you ended up in the other seat of a Keelback. In that case, I'm not sure. Yeah, I will, Fuel Rat PSA might not be a bad idea either, actually. But no, if you could have 2 human pilots, one in the Keelback and one in the fighter from the Keelback, I think that would actually make it a credible armed freighter. You know, Rando Pirate, Rando Bob the Bloody-Handed, whatever, NPC pirate interdicts you. That would be kind of fun. You know, hop in and go. Yeah, semi-viable. Okay, what am I taking out here at Cabrera Silo? That is the settlement power grid and the settlement power grid. Okay. So 2 sets of missile salvos and then, well, take out the grid, pop back up, rinse, repeat, go get paid. Alicors, thank you for the bits. Balefish 100, hashtag Keelback. I like it. It would be viable until the fighter pilot looked at the Keelback and decided to take their chances at sub-supercruise speed instead of docking and just said, see ya! Are these missions for the war effort? No, there is no war effort. We are currently at 82%, and Thaditic Co. is at 0. Set 1-2.
All power to shields.
See, right there, I think I can make out the facility power generator. Should just be right there.
Incoming mission critical message. Warning. Prevented address zone.
And so it is.
Under attack.
Set 2-1.
Diverting power to engines.
See, that's what I was looking for on the previous base assaults. Where it's just, go in, spot it from the air, pull the trigger. War is not over, that's the funny thing. The war is still going on, to be honest. I mean, it's just that we have... I mean, we've basically... Now we're just waiting for the timer to shut down. Leandra, why can't all bases be considerate like that and have the generators easily accessible for ships who want to bomb them? I know! Simplest thing in the world. I mean, well, you know, like they say, what's the difference between a civil engineer and a mechanical engineer? Well, that's easy. A mechanical engineer builds bombs. The civil engineer builds targets. I thought a civil engineer just didn't swear as much. That depends on the civil engineer. Alicors, take care.
Warning, you have entered a trespass zone.
And doink. And doink. Goodbye. I know what you mean about the civil engineer just doesn't swear as much, but I actually knew a civil engineer whose job was to work on, you know, try to fix highway infrastructure. And boy, he swore like a sailor at... he swore like a sailor at Fleet Week. Anyway, that's what a proper aerial assault is supposed to look like. Yeah, an uncivil engineer. The guy designed the I-35-235 Mixmaster in on the north side of Des Moines, Iowa. And believe it or not, it is a major improvement from what it used to be. Really, I've got a white cat. I should be more of an evil mastermind. I'm not? Well... I don't know. I haven't been able to hold any star systems under my thumb while I demand tribute. I do have the evil laugh. I'm rather proud of my evil laugh, and depending on compressor settings and everything, I may have more of an evil laugh. As the Yuki leaps away. Thus ends the Yuki Cam for today. Yep, Y-U-K-I. She is, yep, named for the Japanese word for snow, because everywhere she goes, it's just this trail of white fur raining down. And yes, she is a very, very good miss. She is the bestest of little misses. Unfortunately, her and Hank still... they're still working out some interpersonal differences. The problem with Hank is that he is way too playful, and when Yuki takes a swing at him, well, he thinks that she wants to play fight, so he'll take a swing at her. The problem is he's got a paw so big every salmon for 3 miles in the area jumps out of the river every time he takes a swing. Snow, another 4-letter dirty word like work. Unless you're a snowplow driver, and then snow is work. What was it? There was a guy in North Dakota arrested for... or salt. There was a guy in North Dakota arrested for using a homemade flamethrower to melt the snowdrift in front of his driveway because, and I quote, he had it up to here with shoveling 1 billion tons of white bullshit. My first thought was, Dad? No, he never had to shovel that much snow. He had a tractor for that. And kids. See, his mistake was getting caught. Yes, but in the middle of Bismarck, North Dakota, even you will be obvious lighting off a flamethrower. Even though it 'tis better than to curse the darkness. Leandra, we didn't get that much snow where I live in the UK. 1 inch on the ground, everything grinds to a halt. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of places. Seattle's kind of like that. We're actually north of Fargo, North Dakota here. But, you know, thanks to the Pacific Ocean and, you know, the local climate, we don't get much in the way of snow. But when we do get snow, it tends to come down and then melt and then refreeze, and there are a whole lot of hills and not a whole lot of salt trucks. Yeah, turn to YouTube for the famous Seattle Ballet performance of Garbage Trucks and Buses on Ice. You'll thrill. You'll go, ooh, ah.
This is an independently controlled port, Commander. Please submit a request before landing. Request approved. Set down
Gear down.
landing pad 02.
Deploying gear.
But then again, like I mentioned a few streams ago, snow and ice, even in a place like Mason City, which was supposedly used to it, you can still run into trouble because they will kind of cheap out every once in a while. And that's how I nearly lost my license for doing 25 in a 35 zone. Okay, claim reward.
At maximum capacity.
Yeah, all of this makes more sense. I mean, this is just... We gonna see 1 billion credits? Yeah, we're gonna see 1 billion credits. Actually, these two ought to do it. Diamond's Folly. Renpatani. Well, we know where that is. The Fuel Depot Power Grid and the Settlement Power Grid. Salty, I'd rather deal with the snow and cold weather than live where it's ungodly hot and muggy. Looking at you, South Georgia. Me and Niao grew up in Iowa, and that is a really... That's the worst of both worlds. Because we get hot and in the summer we get hot muggy air coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. Gretel, hey Moo, how's it going? Going pretty good actually. Gear up. Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Just doing some aerial bombardment to make cash in a hurry. Now that I know I don't have to take out the other power grid. Yeah, doing pretty good. But yeah, Iowa gets in the summer, it gets the really hot, muggy air coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. And in the winter, it gets all the cold coming straight down from the Arctic. And so we get the worst of both. In the summer, when Now and I moved out here to the West Coast, we packed the moving truck on during a week where it was between 105 and 110 before the heat index was applied, and about 80-90% humidity. Yes, Gretel, I did hear about the UA bombing of the Enigma. It's just makes my teeth itch. And then I just sound like I'm on drugs because I'm just that, you know, I just end up speaking Angrish. So in the summer, you get, you know, 105 and the really super high humidity. And in the winter, you can get to that place where Celsius and Fahrenheit actually coincide on the thermometer. It was rare, but every once in a while you could hear a tree explode because the sap had frozen in it and the whole thing, you know, expanded and blew the tree out from the inside out. Alright, back to Diamond's Folly, the scene of my last humiliation. Well, this time I come prepared. With more missiles. But yeah, I heard about the UA bombing of the Enigma, and I just think this is why we can't have nice things. On my way there with 300 tons of meta-alloys to help out, Conda's struggling. Oh, I imagine it would be. But you're doing good work going out there. How far out are you, if you don't mind my asking? I realize there may be a little bit of a security concern there, but... Circle in, bleed off some speed. Takes a certain level of ass-hattery to be that dedicated to spoiling the game for other people. Especially this one. If I... yeah. Well, Mad, playing in solo or private doesn't help in this case. Yeah, it doesn't prevent UA bombing, unfortunately. Well, howdy, Hank. How you doing, buddy? Brobby. UA bombing is where you use a Thargoid probe. They used to be called unknown artifacts. But you drop a bunch off at a station and they start playing merry hell with the station systems. It shuts them down, basically. They're on seriously limited and reduced capability for... you know, no outfitting, no shipyard, no cartographics. Huh. System Defense Force Conda. Set 1-2.
Reinforcing shields.
Warning, you have entered a trespass zone.
I won't be here long. So there's one of them. There's the other one, I think. Set to 1.
Diverting power to requested system.
The base is like, he's back! Call in Bob and his Conda! Yeah, did I get them both? I did not. You know, the funny thing would be if I actually took out the, if I actually managed to take out the emplacement power grid there. Set 1-2.
Transferring power to shields.
And yeah, Brobby been able to shut down stations ever since those unknown artifacts showed up. Oop. Well, still works. Set 2-1.
Power to engines.
Conda Bob. For some reason, that sounds like it's some kind of epic NPC. Like one of the Hutton truckers. Yep, that there's Conda Bob, king of the Hutton Run. But I didn't think Hutton could handle a Conda. Look, we didn't say Conda Bob was a genius. We just said he was the king of the Hutton Run. Python Pete, yep. Yeah, we didn't say Conda Bob was a genius. We just said he was good. Lights on?
Lights on.
I actually turned them off, didn't I? Yep. Alright, let's try this again.
You have entered a trespass zone.
The facility power grid should be... that one? Nope.
Under attack.
Set 1-2.
Power to shields.
There it is.
Incoming mission critical message. Trespass zone cleared.
Set 2-1.
Diverting power to requested system.
Drop below the horizon, and then their guns can't get me. That guy's guns can get me, but not gonna be a problem for much longer. Now, Leandra, I had 2 passengers today wanting to go to the Hutton Tourist Peak, and I was like, nope. Nope, nope, nope. I don't care how much you're paying. Exactly. Yeah, that's engaging the nope drive. Nope factor, hell no. Super nope. Ultra nope achieved. Oh, yeah. Okay, biotech conductors and just cash. Mega nope. I don't know. There was somebody said they basically made enough to buy a Conda flying out in that area. There was like a, oh, who was it? Was it Vox, I think? Yeah. You basically made an Anaconda doing Hutton runs, or the equivalent of. So kinda sorta free Conda-ish, question mark. More like 200 million in one run. Alright, so yes, free Conda. And a little bit of outfitting. Biotech conductors are great for trading with the material trader in the new engineering system. Worth picking up when you can. Alright. Athador, why work for it if there's a free one in orbit at Hutton right now? Look, buddy. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're trying to get more commanders stranded. You're just trying to drum up business for yourself. You and the rats, it's all big it's all big scam. I'm on to you, rats. Shh. Oh, right. Well, I'll tell you what. You kick back a little bit my way, and your secret's safe. I did Smeaton, let's see, you're salty. I did Smeaton for mine before they nerfed it. Wasn't free. Time invested and all, but it was decent money. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean, for a while we were doing the, you know, Narvert was great for the harangue run out to Brera base. There's a few members of the group that made quite a pretty penny on that. Athador, I bought 5 Condas with that. I'm sorry, could you repeat yourself? Because I think I had some crazy in my ears. You bought how many Condas with that? $5. A nickel. V. Cinco. 5. Damn. Why do you need 5 Condas? I mean, I can think of a battle Conda, yes. A exploration Conda, good. I've got 2 myself. Battle Conda, explorer, what, a transport? Okay, 3, maybe. 4, if you really want to go mining. Okay, I'm talking myself into this and I should really stop right now. Madness. Battle, mining, passenger, ratting, and a spare. A spare for what? In case you run out of rebuy on the others? Salty. Why doesn't he need 5 Condas? Alright, I can see when I'm losing the argument here. Well, Herr Trigger, I mean, there's these bombing missions if you don't have to take out the, if you don't have to take out the emplacement power grid. Apparently this was pretty good. Yeah, the main rat ship isn't armed, okay. Yeah, I would assume that your rat rig can't be armed, or that's just inviting trouble. Kind of like how you don't want to mount machine guns on an ambulance. Although I can picture a few places and reasons you'd want to put machine guns on an ambulance.
This is an independently controlled port, Commander. Please submit a request before landing.
Alright. Gear down.
Gear down.
We don't PvP. Gotcha. Yeah, I assumed as... Well, I knew that much. Oh yeah, you can shield a... Yeah. Shield one of those to hell and gone. Ah, defend clients from NPCs. Gotcha.
Landing complete. Commence system shutdown.
Alright, here we go. 1 billion credits. Yeah, fuel rats don't get paid. It's entirely volunteer work. Gear up.
Retracting landing mod.
Landing couple is disengaged. Newly depart when ready.
Yep, they do it as a calling. Excuse me, they do it as a calling and goodwill. Alright, let's get rolled back around to home. Actually, let's take a quick diversion out here to Thaditic. Let's see how the war is going. Okay, system status says... basically, it says we win. Infantry Alliance is at 82%, and Thaditic Co., the controllers of the system, are at 0. Big fat goose eggs. Pending state, civil unrest. Oh, they changed the states then. Alright. So, what's the next... current state here? It's... I don't know if we can immediately go into an expansion state, but I'm hoping so. In the meantime, let's head back home. Sora, morning! There's a great video, actually, and I'm going to link it up here. But for those watching later on YouTube, it's called Fuel Rats Case Red. It's just a little under 3 minutes long. Great video. Let me get to Glidden here. This is a wonderful video. Riku, hello there! And an 07 to you too, Commander. You know, we got more people coming in. Might run a little bit longer than usual today, that's alright. But yeah, we took out a bunch of ground-based targets. Had some attempts and failures, but this was pretty good for a day of ground attack. So now let's go. Let's just go make sure Thaditic knows who's in charge. Beldraco, hello there. Beldraco, Beldraco. Potato, potato. Beldraco, or Beldraco, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. How's the Alliance doing in Narvert? 1 second, let me get lined up here. Let's see here. In Narvert, we are at 43%. And that's still pretty good compared to everybody else.
This is the Flight Operations Department. Please comply with established docking procedures, Commander.
Falcon to Lacey, Kilo Yankee Lima, request docking clearance.
Initiating docking procedures.
Access granted. Adjust heading for approach to pad 27.
Copy 27. Gear down.
Down and locked.
Taking a 20-minute break while I wait for my ship to be delivered.
Successful. Dispatching ground crew.
Got a hair, decided to work on my Imperial rep today. Usually I explore. It's... oh boy, Imperial rep. Good luck. I know it takes... I don't think I could redo the grind. On the other hand, I've got a cutter now, so I don't need to redo the grind. Oh, feels bad, man. IRL? Oh, that's too bad, Riku. Oh, thank you very much. Grats on the billion. Thanks, Sora. I mean, I had a billion before, but that was just to get the record for EDSM. Now I've got a legitimate billion. It's like, well, I didn't have an illegitimate billion before, but had to sell a ship and then rebuy it. Riku, how's the flying going? Flying's going pretty good. Did a bunch of ground attack, took out some skimmers, took out some base facilities, some power generators. Oh, thank you, Mad. Yeah, the video I talked about a few minutes ago. Fuel Rats. Fuel Rats video. Gear up.
Landing gear released.
Riku? Skimmer lives might matter, but my bank account mattered a little bit more than a bunch of drones. So now we're going to go out in the Night Saber and see if there's any more high-intensity combat zones out here. War is reported. I'll tell you what, it wasn't much of a war.
Left the no-fire zone. Flight control signing off.
Oh, it's bad. We're down to low-intensity combat zones here, so... They were only high-intensity for, what, 2 days? And now it's like everybody in Thaditic is like, nope, check cleared, we're done. Riku accidentally dropped into a Threat 3 USS, kinda died in my Asp Explorer. Oh, sorry to hear that. Found a new system, scanned the whole place, 2 stars. No, only 600 grand, no cargo. Well, that's good, Riku. That it's just, quote unquote. Was trying to farm the USS for parts. Well, that is the good news of the module, or the materials traders. You can just pick up crap parts anywhere and convert them. I will say, I will put that in Frontier's favor. It's good that you're going to be able to convert that. Collect them all, convert them all, yep. Ah, damn, I was close. Well, not that close. Just under 1,000 kilometers. Just a split second too late on the drop. Fresh starts for the beta amount of materials in beta 2, so if you're going to do more than that, maybe worth starting over again. Alright. Hey guys. How's your health care? Balance. Weapons. He just fired off a heatsink. He's going to go invisible in a second. Oh, I was close enough it didn't work. Well, sucks to be him. Oops. Best Condor roll I've gotten is something like 59 light years with normal 59 light years with a full tank, 62 on a half tank. It's a lovely, lovely thing to get a good engineering roll on a Conda. Well, Draco, have a great day. Good stream. My ship is there. 07, have a good day. What in the hell? Ah. So there was a cat cube that was just shaking around like crazy. And I was wondering what in the... Well, it's Hank. And he is the Hankinest right now. Never seen a cat cube actually roll over. And then roll back. Well, the cat cube, it's one of those, you know, padded beds. It is currently rolling along the living room floor. And of course, the moment I start moving to get the camera, get this on screen, it stops because Hank. When you have a cat considered to be livestock, the cube might move. Fair. Fair. Doink. This is what I get for reading chat in a war zone. Can I be ticketed for that? I feel like I should be able to be ticketed for, you know, texting and warring at the same time. Set 2-1.
Powering engines.
Weapons. Set 2-1.
All power to engines.
He's a heavy boy. I don't know. I think you could count him as livestock. All of the heavy.
Target destroyed.
Weapons.
Configuring for attack.
Riku, I'm off. Past midnight, fly safe. Take care, Riku. Have a good evening. Engines.
Diverting power to requested system.
Yeah, you're more fun. And more profitable. But yeah, right now they... Oh, this started off as a war in theory, and it's rapidly turned into an absolute rout. Weapons.
Transferring power to weapons. Under attack.
%61% hull, no power plant. There he goes. Oh look, the clown car is here.
Target shields offline.
Who's our next contestant? War, more like smashing a tomato with a spiked sledgehammer. Sora, you are not wrong.
Target shields offline.
And then he ate a missile to the face. I still don't understand why they have Type 9s and CZs. It makes no sense. Leandra, I think it's because they were thinking it'd be like a command and control ship. You know, plus it has fighters and, you know. I think that's the theory it was supposed to be. I think, as, you know, might be in the next patch even, we'll stop seeing T9s in these war zones and we'll probably start seeing T10s. Engines.
Power to engines.
Balance.
Redistributing power. Target destroyed.
I mean, putting a T10 into a war zone would be a whole different kettle of fish. Oh, hello there. Weapons.
Power to weapons.
Well, you just jumped into the wrong neighborhood, didn't you, friendo? Yeah, T10 in a war zone would be a lot of fun to see, I think. Kobo, I have not done a link your account to Inara or EDSM. I should do that. That one is actually a pretty useful tool to know. Because yeah, you link. Are you talking about for, you know, through EDMC, the market connector, or are you talking about linking mains and alts in the, you know, in EDSM? Because I only found out recently that you can do that you can hook your alts together into one account. Answer, yes. I may look into that for the next one. I'm actually going to be streaming tomorrow instead of trying to make YouTube or, you know, do errands. Because Thursday I'm going to see some people about maybe getting my head put on straight again.
Target destroyed.
Set 2-1.
Transferring power to engines.
Oh. More loot pinatas here. Weapons.
Power diverted to weapons.
So Kobo, do you have EDMC, the Elite Dangerous Market Connector? As everybody immediately goes to the same question. All right, that's what you want to install, and then that will kind of coordinate everything else. Well, you're having a bad day. Boy, wouldn't that be fun. Fighters that had railguns.
Target shields offline. Target destroyed.
Set to 1.
Diverting power to engines.
You know, let's just hit the nav beacon here just so we get all the scans on this place. No, sorry, there's no fighter with railguns. You've got fixed pulse lasers, gimbaled pulse lasers, fixed beams, gimbaled beams, fixed multi-cannons, fixed plasma, and the fixed AX multi-cannons. Leandra, the plasma repeaters on fighters are pretty fun. Yeah, I like them. I just like the multi-cannons better because the plasma repeaters just drain the capacitor way too fast. In my opinion. But I need to give the plasma repeaters another look, I think. Yeah, the fixed AX multis, which actually do inflict damage on non-Thargoid targets. Oh, that's an idea I should have run. What happens if you use a... What happens if you use a fighter against an installation ground target? What's your fighter of choice? I tend to use the Taipan. Leandra, I like using the Condor, because that's got the fixed multis on it. But now that the Taipan has the fixed AX multis, and it also has, you know, those fixed pulse lasers, I may end up swapping out to Taipans, but I really do love the Condors. Now, Orion, is the DPS rating against, you know, for the AX... that's something I guess I'm going to have to test. Do AX multis do... I mean, it says they do damage. It says they do full damage, but maybe we are off on that. In the meantime, I'm just dropping down here to get the beacon data because it's right next to Narvert.
Scan detected.
Clean. Athador, BGS should tick the war off on Thursday, correct? As far as I know, yeah. Kobo, all done, thanks. Take care. Alright, let's get back to Narvert, and I think we're going to be wrapping things up for the day. There we go. Oh, you're linked up to EDSM? That's even better. And yeah, you can link that into Inara too, like Sora says. And then it will read your journal and tell you how many, what your materials are. And then, so you don't have to manually keep track of all your materials and your data. Just did that? Excellent. So there's a minor little war going on here too, but I'm not too terribly interested in it. Oh yeah, it will let you generate a link. Well, it won't generate a link, it'll throw it to a text file. Which is a little frustrating, but... not a world breaker. I would love it to be able to just generate a link that you could copy-paste, but... Oh, alright. Looks like you've got an answer to that. I will take a look at that in a moment. Gretel, 170 jumps away from Colonia. I'm getting tired. Yeah. Yeah, it's... You're doing good work, but it's still a haul out there. Unless, Gretel, if you go 1,100 light years above or below the rim, are you in the neutron fields? Are you in the neutron layer? Okay, you're using neutron boost. There is a layer above and below the galaxy. I'll get docked here and I'll show that there's a massive field of neutron stars. Every jump will be a neutron boost except for scooping.
This is an independent star system, Commander. Request docking permission prior to touching down. Access granted. Set down on landing pad 3-5.
Copy 3-5. Gear down.
Down and locked.
For the safety of all visitors, reconsider if other
Landing complete.
I don't think I actually turned in that... Yeah, I forgot to turn in the articulation motors. Gretel, is that what you used to sprint back to the bubble? Yeah, it's also what I used to sprint out to the core. Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
On EDSM, it's called the Eastern and Western Neutron Fields, Alpha and Beta. But, yeah, if you get around to... Oh... Here, that's negative 3,000. We don't want 1,000. We want... Oh, there we go. Yeah, somewhere between 1,100 here and 2,100, there is a 1,000 light-year thick layer of neutron stars. Let's see what happens here when I... It should be in this area here. Now, I'm not sure how close or far I am, but set the filters here for star class and clear them all out. Clear them all out except for the neutron stars, the non-sequence. Easier to spot elsewhere, but... let's see, Athador, check out this EDMC link setting. Alright, I will check that out once I wrap up here. But yeah, the Eorm Screwa, I think it's where I was earlier, or Throweps. Niao and I were out here and we just found, well, the place was just made of discoveries. Here's a black hole right here. But if you get closer to, say, Throeps over here... Also, since it's just off the beaten path, I mean, check out how many black holes you got in this picture alone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 8, 9, 10. Yeah, if you want to get your discovery, if you want to get your explorer rank up to elite, the neutron fields are the place to do it. It's got the highest concentration of neutron stars, black holes. It's also got a very high number of F, G, and K class stars. You can find a lot of Earth-likes out here. And a lot of weird Earth-likes. Niall found a bunch of terraformables orbiting a neutron. I think she found like 5 or 6. And there was no companion star. Gretel was planning on checking that out after watching the New Year's stream. Yeah, and this is considered the western neutron fields, I think. If you go out here, there should be... Well, it's right on the border, actually, but... If you go here, yeah, here. Just pick another spot on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And these are all I would be willing to put good money on being totally unexplored. So, that's where you go if you want an elite rating in your exploration and make a massive amount of cash along the ways. That's going to do it for me, I think, for today. Ran a little long. That's all right. This week's schedule is going to be a little off. Tomorrow, Wednesday, usually my day off, I'm going to stream. Thursday, usually a day I stream, I will not, because I am... Oh, yeah, Athador, don't forget your scoop. If you even make it 200 light years out and you forget your scoop, you're going to have a bad time. Take care, everybody. Yep, I will be on Wednesday. I will not be on Thursday. Like I said, trying to get my head realigned. I'll go into more detail on that later, but it's probably not what you think. It's a reason that everything kind of... It's a reason I keep flying in a bank. Keep flying bank turns. In the meantime, thank you, everybody. Always a pleasure to interact with everybody. Always a pleasure to meet new people. Answer questions. Just shoot the breeze. Come up with really interesting or stupid ship build ideas. Fly safe. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. If you can't fly safe or fly dangerous, you know, maybe just scanning something in the SRV is how you do it. And I hate to say it. Take care, everybody, and see you again tomorrow.